I'm Anna Beech. I studied philosophy and politics at Birmingham University. I work for C40 Cities, which is a network of almost 100 of the most influential, important mayors across the globe, working together to address the climate crisis. And my job is to manage our governance. So essentially, we have a board, a steering committee of mayors, because we're led by mayors, and all the entities that come underneath that. And it's my job to make sure that that runs smoothly and delivers our mission. So my official title at C40 Cities is the Managing Director of the Executive and Governance Office. So a little bit of a mouthful. I am also the Chief of Staff to the Executive Director. So I have dual roles that are very interconnected with each other. My day-to-day consists of a lot of Zoom meetings. That's definitely something that is happening. It's really nice to meet people in person and go into the office, but I think coming out of the pandemic, Zoom or Teams or whatever you use, you're on them a lot. But also I'm on Zoom a lot because I have colleagues based all over the world. So in the mornings, I can be talking to my colleagues in Asia, and in the afternoons, I'm talking to my colleagues in North America. I get to, every single day, liaise with people from across all cultures, all backgrounds in the global north and in the global south, all across the globe, which is quite amazing. I manage at the moment 2 departments, one being the governance department, which I've been managing since I arrived at C40, but also because someone's just left, I'm also managing the communications and events department. I am not a communications expert, but I am a good manager. So it's on an interim basis. And I think part of being successful in the workplace is being flexible and being open to new challenges. Managing a team where you're not an expert in what they do is a challenge, but it's by no means impossible. So I think throughout anyone's career, if you're in the right career, you're building your expertise all the time. There's not at any point a time when you think, now I know everything and I'm good at everything. You're constantly learning and developing. And I sit on the executive team at C40, which means I'm one of the 8 people who manage the organization overall underneath the executive director. And then finally, in terms of my chief of staff role, which I would very much recommend, I love my chief of staff role. That is about being the support to one individual where you're across everything that you're doing, briefing them every day, making sure they are ready for speeches, for presentations, for media interviews, but also have time to think, have time to meet their colleagues. That's my favorite part of the role that I have at C40 Cities, and something actually that I'm very lucky to have. I worked with the executive director when I was at Mayor's office in London, and we've continued to have a relationship even when we haven't been working for the same organisation. So when I came back to C40 Cities, he wanted to employ me as his chief of staff because we'd had that working relationship history. That's one of the key things I've learned through my career. Make sure that even when you leave somewhere, you keep in contact with people and build that network, not just on a platform like LinkedIn, which is useful, but also have that kind of liaison that you generate yourself, that isn't part of a platform that's just plonked in front of you, but that you really nurture those relationships, because whatever industry you're in, it's never that big. You'll always come back around and meet people that you've known before. So yeah, it's a big thing that I've learned during my career.